Now, did you guys know that Will Smith, Val Kilmer, Brad Pitt, Nicolas Cage, and even Johnny Depp were once considered for the role of Neo? But in the end, we got Keanu Reeves. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and today I'm here to tell you if The Matrix is still worth a watch. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. My name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. So in The Matrix, we have Thomas Anderson, played by Keanu Reeves, and he's a computer programmer by day, computer hacker by night, who goes by the alias Neo. He gets the sense that something is wrong with the world, but can't quite pinpoint what it is. However, the answer might come in the form of Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, who offers Neo two pills. The blue pill, allowing Neo to wake up not remembering anything, or the red pill, allowing Neo to see the world for what it really is. So if you guys have never seen The Matrix before and want to go in completely blind, I suggest you turn it off right now if you don't want to be spoiled at all. But if you have any inkling of what The Matrix is about, let's continue. Neo, of course, takes the red pill and awakens in a liquid-filled pod and makes the sudden realization that his entire life, as he knew it, took place inside of a computer program. We also discover, along with Neo, that human beings created artificial intelligence, which led to a war in the early 21st century. This led to humans being harvested for their bioelectric energy, but their minds are placed in the Matrix, a virtual reality made to emulate the world as it was in the late 20th century. But what does any of this have to do with Neo? Well, Morpheus believes that Neo is the one, a powerful human prophesized to free humanity from the machines. So is The Matrix still worth a watch today? Abso-frickin-lutely. A quick little personal note, I've only seen this movie once before, and I was 6 years old. And then a couple of days ago, I just decided to rewatch it with one of my buddies. Holy crap, why didn't I watch this movie over and over and over again growing up? I have no idea why, but I'm glad I finally was able to see it again, and I cannot wait to see it even more and more and more and more. I'm a big fan of The Matrix. And that's because it has literally everything that I want in a great, big, action sci-fi movie like this. It's got likable characters, a simple yet effective story, a grand mythology with really strong world building, a sleek direction and style with badass action sequences, menacing villains, a great soundtrack and musical score, real high emotional stakes, and thought-provoking messages and themes. Literally, this film is just full of things that I love to see in a movie like this. And when rewatching it this time, I noticed that The Matrix, to me, it seemed like a great mix between the Terminator and Star Wars. With Terminator, obviously it's a story about the machines taking over the human race, and then there's that one last hope for humanity, right? The chosen one, John Connor, Neo, and of course they fight the machines who look like humans, right? That's the Terminator. And as for Star Wars, this is the hero's journey, right? We have an unlikely hero who doesn't believe that he's the hero, and then he meets the wise old sage, and then they tell our hero about this brand new world, and then along the journey they train, meet a bunch of colorful characters, come face to face with the bad guy, and a real character transformation is upon us, like Star Wars. But is that a bad thing? Like, I noticed it when watching the movie, I'm like, this is like Star Wars. This is like the Terminator. No, because The Matrix has its own unique voice because of its style and its mythology. Add that all together, it feels fresh. Like the style, for example, watching it today, it's that perfect blend between futuristic and dated. You got the Nokia phones, and you got like the compact discs, all that 90s tech with the heavy metal and the leather wardrobe. But then its action sequences has bullet time, right? The slow motion, and kung fu, right? It has this extremely distinct voice that when someone goes like this, you know what movie they're satirizing. But The Matrix's distinct voice is not just cool visuals and a sleek style, it actually has some substance to it as well with its mythology. Now, when people actually believe that The Matrix is real, when people actually believe the mythology that this movie pushes forward, then you know that the Wachowskis did something right. It's just such a clever premise, right? Like, imagine you watching this YouTube video right now. You think that's air you're breathing? Right? That line, and another line I like is, why do we deny what we desire? It's just those little moments like that, you just go, whoa, You know, like that line is perfect for this movie because, again, talking about this mythology, you think of just a lot of people smoking weed and going, whoa, man, like deja vu is like a glitch in the Matrix. Like, oh my God, man. But actually, when you think about it, this film does have some deep mythology, some deep themes that, you know, make you do like a second, like even like the next day at work, I'm just typing on my computer. I'm like, there is no keyboard. There is no computer. There is no water bottle. And it's like, do I believe it? Let's not go down that rabbit hole. But it does have something to say about current society, right? Our entire lives, we wake up, we work just to pay taxes for the system, right? We are slaves to the system, but we have the illusion that we're free. And minor spoiler, there is a character that goes against our main group of heroes because, you know, he's unplugged from the Matrix, but he wants to go back in and get replugged in and then just have his memory wiped. He doesn't want to know that the Matrix is the Matrix. He just wants to go along with his life, believing what he wants to believe. And that brings up another good point. Is knowledge power? Is it really? You know that in the movie, he's the bad guy and he has, you know, he's against our heroes. But when you think about it, he has a point. Again, it's not so black and white. There is a bit of gray area. Who is right? Who is wrong? Obviously, in terms of the movie, he's the bad guy. But still, it's that little, okay, I see where you're coming from, mister. And same with Agent Smith, you know, the program designed by the Matrix just to kind of keep everything in line, keep everything in check. He's talking about how humanity is a virus, right? All we do is just multiply and then go to land to land to land, to area to area to area, and just consume everything that we can. And you know what? He's the bad guy, but he's not wrong. So this film is full of philosophy about humanity, religion, society, all these great big themes, but it's told to us with a hero's journey story. You know, it's a simple story that we're able to gravitate towards and we're easily able to understand it because we've seen it in Star Wars and Terminator and movies like that, but it has this deeper message to it. But big themes and cool visuals can only go so far, right? I'm looking at you, Tron Legacy. Is there emotional heart to the story? Some people might say no. You know, some people will say, well, Neo's not a very interesting character. You know, Keanu Reeves' acting is pretty wooden. And you know what, that relationship between him and Trinity? What relationship with him and Trinity? Yeah, I can agree with those statements. However, you do end up caring for Neo because Keanu Reeves, while yes, doesn't have the most dynamic range, he is likable, he is charismatic, and you do care for Trinity and Morpheus, that group, you do care about them because they're going up against that big threat, the Matrix. And the Matrix is wonderfully personified in Hugo Weaving, who I think gives the best performance in the movie. You know, he has a voice that is not quite robotic, but he's not quite human either. It's right in the middle. And you get the sense that, yes, he is just a guy in a suit. Like, he looks like one of the guys from Men in Black. But he personifies this great, big threat. Like, you don't really know what the Matrix is. You just know the sense and just the aura of the Matrix. It's hard to explain, but he embodies the much larger threat that we can't really see, but we know that it's there. The Matrix is both entertaining and thought-provoking. I'm so glad I was able to see this movie again. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Anyways, guys, tell me what you guys thought of The Matrix down in the comment section down below. And I've heard the sequels are terrible, but should I watch them anyway? I haven't seen them. Should I watch them just to say that I've seen them? Or should I stay far, far away? And if you like this video and want to see more videos just like it, definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.